Okay, guys, welcome to another session of Boycie's World. Okay, guys, it's been a while. It's been a long while since I've brought out new content, you know. But as I said in my last video, there were some life changes, some demanding life changes, and I'm here to speak on our conversation on one of them. Alright, so this is what today's recording will be about. Alright, so I hope you guys have been good, been practicing good philosophies, been improving your lives, for the better. I hope things, start getting better for you, and for those that now tuning in and now listening to Boycie's World and some of my philosophies, I hope that it find you one day, But moving on, today we're gonna talk about one of the things that was most demanding my life, for the past 4 years, was earning an engineering degree. Right? Earning an engineering degree. Now, from a tender age, at the age of probably 16, 15, 16, or maybe even younger, as time passed by, I can't really remember the exact time, but yeah, it's been so much. I've always been intrigued by becoming an engineer. I didn't know what an engineer basically do, but it was just an astonishing word for me, and it would always intrigue me. And as time passed, I decided to look and find out what is really an engineer, what they do, what and then I realized it would coincide with my life because I like to create, solve problems, I like to innovate, and engineering is close to that nature, right? They are designers, innovators, and become great philosophers of this world, right? Going into my life, it was a steady journey because I've been studying engineering for practically 9 to 10 years, and along the way the journey was not easy because there were a lot of trial and errors, a lot of failures, a lot of multitasking, a lot of back and forth. And I always remember my father always told me that even though you started this, that was at the age of 17, it's not going to be an easy journey. Yeah, a lot of, mishaps, a lot of roads that you have to take to go back onto that direction. And he was correct. He was so correct. Because during this period of time, even though I started on the journey, in the beginning I had, strung onto it, passing everything, doing well, and then there were bumps in the road where everything just turned difficult. Everything got difficult, and then as I got older, other things take place, like wanting to have, jobs, have money for yourself, take care of things, take care of people, relationships, all these different things come into play, and you had to redirect your route. But all said and done, all hard work now, and I reached the point where I was in my final 4 years of winning an engineering degree. Right? While there, right, first the degree that I wanted to do, it cost, a significant sum of money. So I had to reroute my life to get a job or, some type of income that could actually compensate for this degree, which I had attained. Right? And That's just the latter part in terms of finance. But in terms of discipline, in terms of courage, in terms of never giving up, it's something that it teaches you in an abundance. And this road is for the tough. It's for the toughest. It's for basically heroes. It really is not an easy road. I can't guarantee that, but it's a very possible road. But it's for those who can really endure. As usual, beginning the classes, you would see a full room of students, and as time passes by, they get less and less and less and less. Not everybody was cut out for the path, and some people might not be able to make it, but they just choose to go different paths, or some just give up. Some, I even see some give up in the late stages, where they're 2 to 3 months to finish and they would give up. I never understand why, but they have their reasons. And throughout this period of time, I can tell you, there's a lot of praying to do, right? To whichever high entity you believe in, a lot of praying, a lot of believing, a lot of surrounding yourself with people who is of the same nature, because you need that inspiration, you need that drive, and even though and it makes it even more difficult when you're older, because you have a lot of other things to take care of in terms of relationship, family, friends, just giving up on life, accepting life for what it is. You really have to push through, and it's really something that is very difficult. It is not an easy road, right? So while working in the oil and gas industry, offshore environment, I spend most of my days doing both, right? And when I would be at home, I would socialize, as I'd say, party a lot, because you always have to have a balance, see about family, relationships, and all these things in a nutshell. And doing this, there was a course, a 3-year foundation course. That was the BTech. That course was the most difficult course for me. That course was the one that actually showed you. It was really a core component, a fundamental course that transcend your mind from the way you were to the way I am right now. The final year was more time management and it was more difficult in terms of time management and the dates and things that you had to do in a timely manner. But in terms of critical thinking and learning how to do things, was the BTech, which was a 3-year course. Right? And as it's all said and done, I can tell you that an engineering degree is basically worth it. And I haven't fully understood it yet because I haven't started my career as an engineer yet. But from what I've learned throughout the past 4 years, it transcends you to another level. It teaches critical thinking. You have to have the ability to solve problems basically from scratch, right? You have to be able to conduct research to the point where you need to, even the research you're doing, you need to understand and explain why and how and where you get this information from. And many times I've failed many courses because of this. Because in the end result, you had to learn and understand how to explain, right? How to explain the results that you get, right? And also how to create solutions for problems. And this, by extension, shows you how to create a lot of solutions for life problems. Because I was faced with a lot of life problems afterwards, and I would use the nature of engineering to solve these problems. You know, I mightn't go out there and tell everyone X, Y, and Z, but when you think back on it or you use that same principle, you realize that solving problems became a little bit more easier. And you would watch others and you would realize they would be so confused by what's going on, and they might never even solve the problem, even up to now. And then they would be like, how do you do things so easily or simply? But I mean, I always had a knack for solving problems, life problems, and getting my way around situations. But engineering just enhanced it. It really did. It really did. And as I would say, it's worth it. It was a very difficult journey. Even in my final year, even after completion, I still, didn't understand certain things. Like in my final year project, I had to do it over and over again, probably about 6 times. And this is just being honest, right? Because you consistently have to keep your mind sharp, your mind on your brain and your thinking on a higher frequency. And this is what it takes to carry through and to pull through with engineering. And I believe when you start your career as an engineer, it would be even on a more higher frequency. But I've gotten so far already, I'm willing to go. that type of way. But it's really something that's worth it. Right? And now you understand why certain level of studies have different people in life, the positions and the places they are. Because they transcend amongst an average man, an average thinking. Right? So it was really a joy to complete this process, and the amount of energy and time consuming, this is where I had to actually take a break from different things in life in terms of continuing on with my business, my inspirational place, Boycie's World. To take a break from sports, from relationships and all these different things, because it was something that was so demanding by itself that you had to give it all of its attention. You had to nurture it, you had to take care of it, because it was not easy. Otherwise, you might have just go crazy. Different people might have be able to, deal with different situations, at the point in time. But for me, at the point in time, I had to take away the outside world and concentrate on just this one thing, because it was very demanding. Because there are many times where you had to choose. You had to choose engineering and this type of study over a lot of things. You had to choose it sometime over your job, your career at the point in time. Right? You had to choose it over, as I say, relationship with friends, maybe acquaintances, maybe, intimate relationships. You had to choose it over socializing, party life, choose it over your sport, competitive sport. So everything was just in maintenance on autopilot, because it was so demanding. And it came to the point where you had to choose, because everything matters, from your years to your months to your days to your hours to your minutes to your seconds matter. Right? So for those that choose to go down this path, it is very possible. It's worth it. It's a wonderful feeling. You know, it actually transcends you to a new level. But just be prepared to work. Be prepared to never give up. Be prepared to keep reading books, to keep you inspired. Keep being around people that will push you to transcend to new heights. Keep listening, keep reading articles, keep watching motivational videos, keep finding ways to see that light for you to go through and finish, because I've seen a lot pass through that tunnel and they were just swallowed by the darkness. They couldn't see the light, you know, along the way. And many times I felt that way, but there's always something that I keep doing to keep seeing that light, to keep reaching for that. There are always ways that you keep finding to go through that journey, right? To find that way. And along the way, I've inspired a lot of people to continue on, to push through, right? So this is a very important session, and now you may understand why I had taken the time off to, you know, transcend on this journey of life. Because by doing this, I can be able to come and, you know, basically speak the gospel, make a testimony to what I've been going through, and, you know, give you that inspiration for those who are on the journey and those who are willing to start. So, this is my session on earning an engineering degree from the, you know, mental side, the mental aspect of it, and what you can achieve from it. So from Boycie's world to your world, God bless.